The Redmi 5 is the cheapest Redmi phone that I could find. £69, which is slightly less than the new iPhone 17 Pro. Just a tiny bit. I wanted to see what it was like using the lowest tier phone. Could it survive a day with me? I don't know. So let's find out. Why is it... Feels like I'm unboxing a croissant or something. They put octa-core CPU and the fingerprint scanner on the box. If that's all you have to advertise on the box, I'm a little worried. It's one of these again. Whoa, that camera bump is massive. Look at those cameras. It's like they tried to copy the iPhone 16, but made the cameras twice as big for no reason. This feels like it has less structural integrity than a TV remote. We have a misaligned headphone jack. Like, I don't get it. Why can't they just put it bang on in the middle? This thing has a fingerprint scanner? I did not think that this was a fingerprint scanner. How? It didn't even scan my face. Oh yeah, I also forgot to show you. It comes with this magnetic keyring stand. It's not magnetic, you need a sticker, but it also comes with a USB-C to the fat USB-A cable. So I'm not gonna use this. Good morning, financially unstable people. I noticed a couple of things. First is the ungodly amount of pre-installed apps. There's a LinkedIn so that I could find a job. There's a radio, and what am I? 87? And there's an app called the App Mall, which is yet another app store, and upon opening it, I get 17 essential must-install apps. Like, how is an AI girlfriend an essential app? This phone just assumes your life is already failing, and if it is, continue watching. And the haptics on this thing are crazy. Listen to this. It sounds like if I keep typing, I'm gonna start an engine or a chainsaw. This phone doesn't look impressive on paper, but there's just something about it. It's cheap, it's struggling, but it's trying. And when something tries this hard, it deserves a name. So, meet Biscuit. To give Biscuit a second chance, I removed the bloatware, removed the vibration, changed it to 120Hz, and gave it a little makeover, which means... Although the phone does have 120Hz, it feels strange. There's a bit of a delay and ghosting, and although it looks like 120Hz, it doesn't really feel like it. Also, it's a 720p screen, which is not completely terrible, but you can see some pixels. And there's a lot of over sharpening, and everything has this weird contrasty glow on it, but if you just squint and not look too closely, yeah, it looks alright. I didn't realize this phone has a feature called the wet touch. I don't know who named it, but it sounds like something that I'd be good at. So to test this feature, I ran some water on the screen to see if it would still work, which is a bit ironic because this phone doesn't have any water protection. That actually makes no sense. Yeah, the screen actually works. That's kinda cool. Have a look at these cameras. They are massive. In fact, they're like twice as big as this iPhone 17 Pro. How did that even happen? But actually, that's a complete lie. The actual sensors are tiny and everything around it is just a decoration, a scam. Xiaomi said that this phone has 32 megapixel AI, super clear, dual cameras. So surely the camera has to be pretty good, right? Okay, never mind. What the hell even is this? In what world is this a super clear image? This is literally negative detail. And if you scroll to the left, there's an Ultra HD mode, which is the 32 megapixel mode, and the best part about it is the fact that you don't have to use this. But what's not pointless is that upgraded 8 megapixel selfie camera. Even selfies look fantastic now. The only thing that looks good about this camera is me, and I think that's me doing all the work. Hello? Come here. Oh. Hi, let's call this guy Jeff. Yeah, that's right. Run away. They say the best camera is the one that you already have, but in this case, you may as well not have one. The dual camera isn't even a dual camera because that's an aux lens. That is more useless than taking a shower underwater. Extraordinary night scene photography, clear and beautiful images, is what they said. And are they truly proud of this phone, or are they just compensating for something? And to test this, of course, I need some low light, and lucky for me, it gets dark at like 3 PM. How depressing. Also, it's raining right now, which is perfect for the wet touch technology, but the phone isn't protected, which still doesn't make any sense. Now, there is a night mode option, and if I take the photo, it actually does the night mode thing, takes a long exposure, and the same thing on the iPhone 17 Pro Max. Yeah, much better. Obviously, there's a small price difference, but, you know, it's worth it. Luckily, there's only two useless things about this camera. The two cameras that you get. But the part that I'm mostly worried about, the part where most of the budget phones that I've tested have fallen apart, is the performance. If Biscuit is only £69, imagine how slow it's gonna be, right? Well, I'm very surprised to say this, but this phone doesn't really lag. For the first time ever, I can say that this budget phone is actually kind of usable. How? Well, part of it is because this thing runs on Android 15 Go, which is basically Android 15 for broke people. Instead of HyperOS, you get a calorie-free diet version. And inside, we got a Unisoc CPU. I have never heard of that processor, and Unisoc as in one sock? There's also options for 3 gigs of RAM and 4 gigs of RAM, and as you know, I like going fast, so I treated myself to the 4 gig option, which for some reason has doubled in price now? What? And somehow this feels so much faster than the Galaxy A16 that I tested, and that's like double the price. But here's the trap, a little bit more money gets you the next model, and then a little more gets you the next one, and then you're a click away from a mid-ranger. And then you realize there's way too many phones out there, and then you get confused and you just end up saving for the Xiaomi 17 Ultra. And either way, you're gonna be broke, so I would actually recommend getting an older flagship like an S20 FE or an iPhone 11, or just save up for a poker phone or something. And to be fair, they have improved some things. The camera is better on paper, but it's still absolutely useless. But the performance is apparently 83% better, and I can kind of feel that. But phones like these just shouldn't exist. They are a waste of waste. There's nothing groundbreaking, but also nothing disappointing about this phone. And as fun as it was, I think it's time for Biscuit to go back.